This is the MOJO, the Meaning of Life and Business podcast, where life and business intersect. Hosted by Jennifer Glass, CEO of Business Growth Strategies International and BGSI Coaching. We are dedicated to your success. Hello and welcome to another episode of MOJO, the Meaning of Life and Business. On our show today, we are going to be talking about what July 4th is, and more importantly, about the 250 years that America recently celebrated as a nation. Whether you spent the weekend watching fireworks with family or simply enjoying the day off, personally, I found the day thinking about what Independence Day actually represents and why I think it still matters to us. Today's episode is not about politics, it is about principles. What I want you to think about is over the 250 years that we have had the United States of America, we have seen so many amazing things happen. We've seen people start businesses. We have seen people have the freedom under the Bill of Rights to speak openly and literally build something from nothing. So many of the greatest inventions over the last 250 years came about simply because somebody realized we needed to do something. And a lot of those were by Americans. The other thing that the United States and the American promise allows us to do is reinvent ourselves. If we fail, we can still pick ourselves up and reinvent ourselves. That is something that the American democratic experience or the experiment allowed us to really start thinking, what exactly is it that we are doing? Think about what our forefathers wanted. They wanted to have something where we were not subservient to a king. They wanted something where man dictated what was going to happen and not a monarch. There is a reason that the United States and George Washington did not become king. As George Washington said, we did not separate from Great Britain to become another monarchy. It is the presidency. That is a way we as a nation have reinvented ourselves. One of the things that we need to understand, though, is freedom does not guarantee success. It does not guarantee success. It does guarantee the opportunity, though, to pursue success. That is really important when we are thinking about what it is that we are doing. Now, one thing that I find really interesting about the Declaration of Independence that was signed 250 years ago this past weekend is that it was proposed, not signed, but proposed anyway, is that it wasn't simply a declaration of rights. Instead, it was a declaration, like I said, that the founders were willing to accept responsibility for governing themselves. That is a powerful business lesson. Business owners often want freedom. Freedom from a boss, freedom to choose their own schedules, freedom to make decisions. But every bit of freedom does come with responsibility. It's got responsibility for employees, for customers, cash flow, culture, leadership. Independence Day is not the absence of responsibility. It is about accepting responsibility for your own future. Now, again, if we think about the United States and being a laboratory for entrepreneurship, we have seen innovation. We have gone to the moon. As President Kennedy said, we dare not, actually, I'm blanking on exactly the quote, but something about we're not trying to go to the moon because it's easy, but because it's hard. That is innovation. If we can put man on the moon, if we can launch people out of our planet, think about what that allows us regular folks to be doing in business. The innovation that happens and continues to happen, the problem solving, the taking risks, the failing and trying again. There are so many opportunities that we really are out there and seeing every single day. Putting aside politics, we see how SpaceX has really further moved our space race here in the United States. We have seen how SpaceX, Blue Origin, and Boeing have been working alongside NASA to allow our space race to really move forward. They're creating the new lunar landers. They're working on what the moon base is actually going to be like. And I want you to think about what this all means to you. Every day in my own business, when I'm working with business owners, they're trying to build something that typically lasts. And that spirit of building, improving, adapting, and serving others is truly and deeply American. As we look forward to the next 250 years, though, the question that I am really looking forward to learning, what kind of businesses are we really going to be building? What problems are we going to be solving? What legacies might we be leaving behind? And how do we create those opportunities for those who come after us? If the last 250 years have allowed us to see what we have been doing, what might the next 250 years really be leaving with? No matter where you fall politically, I hope we can all agree on this. We are incredibly fortunate to live in a country where ideas can become businesses, businesses can become legacies, and ordinary people still have the opportunity to make an extraordinary impact. Here is to another 250 years, and happy birthday, America. On that note, this has been another episode of MOJO, the meaning of life and business. And until next time, here is to your success. This has been another episode of MOJO, the meaning of life and business podcast. If you like what you heard, please consider leaving us a review, liking us, or reaching out to us. You can contact us at bgsicoaching.com and let us know what you think. Thanks so much again for listening.